All right, in this screencast, we're still talking about the volume of a sphere, but this time you're going to be given the volume, and I think this is maybe the last problem. I think I made it the last problem on your assignment. But anyway, it's a little difficult. We're still using the same formula. But now, instead of solving for v, we're solving for that r cubed. So here we're going to round to the nearest whole number. And they'll tell you the volume first. And here the volume is going to be 904.32 centimeters cubed. So what we're going to do here is put that 904.32 in for V. So now we have 904.32, because that's our volume, equals 4/3 times 3.14 times r cubed. So we're going to go ahead and keep rewriting here and multiply 4/3 times 3.14, and you get a really long decimal, but they want you to round it to the nearest thousandth. So even when you do this on your assignment, you'll use this number, this 4.187 times r cubed. So we need to get this r cubed by itself so we can solve for it. So since it's multiplying by r cubed right now, we're going to divide by this 4.187. And again, you're going to use this 4.187 for the one that you do as well. So you get something like 4.186666. They want you to round that to a 7. And then we do this. So we're just solving for r, just like we've solved equations before. So now we have r cubed equals, and you're going to get about 215.98. But again, we want to round to the nearest whole number. So we're going to put 216 equals r cubed. Now, they don't want to know what r cubed is. They want to know what r is. So when something is cubed, you need to make sure that you uncube it, which we've learned is a cube root. And when I take the cube root of 216, I get 6. So my radius for this sphere and my answer for this question would be 6. I'm going to go ahead and do another one just because this is a little bit confusing. I'm going to try to make sure I'm explaining it the same way. All right. So again, our final answer, we're going to round to the nearest whole number. And this time our volume is going to be 113.04 inches cubed. So we're going to use the same formula, but remember we are solving for r this time because they're going to ask you what is the radius. So we are going to put this 113 in for V. Remember, you should be taking notes on this. Times 3.14 times r cubed. Now again, I'm going to multiply this 4/3 times 3.14. And remember, I'm going to get the same answer every time I do that because those numbers don't change in the formula. And I'm going to use that number 4.187. Now I need to solve for r cubed, so I'm going to divide by this 4.187. So that leaves me with r cubed on this side. And then I'm going to get 26.99. I'm going to round that to the nearest whole number, which gives me 27 equals r cubed. We need to uncube that or cube root it. And that gives you an answer of 3 because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And so our radius is 3. I know that could have been a little bit confusing. Feel free to rewatch this in case you need help, or make sure you send one of your teachers an email if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.